purposely I shared that 3 pages, if you have seen it, which I shared on your WhatsApp group, official WhatsApp group, that PDF one that indicates whenever the overhead tank water level is not at reservoir as well as it is not at overflow level. Okay. Then in that case, both the signal conditioning circuit output is logic 0. That means that controller will go on to identify that condition as no need to take any action. That means no need to turn on the pump, etc., right? Then second PDF I shared, in that I change the resistance value of that considered resistive helix type sensor as a maximum, that is 10K, and when it will be possible as 10K whenever that tank will be at reservoir condition, and I change that potentiometer value to 100%. 100% means that potentiometer will be going to offer the resistance almost as 10 kilo ohm, and that voltage divider which is formed by a fixed resistor and that resistive type of sensor, that will be going to produce us the node voltage as a 6 volt that we are applying to our op amp as a comparator. Okay, and accordingly in that I shown the output of that particular signal conditioning circuit, it goes to logic high, that is plus 5 volts that we are applying, or we assume that plus 5 volt we will be going to apply as one of the input pin of our microcontroller. Okay, similarly in third case, if you have seen it, then in that third PDF I shown the sensor value, it goes to very low level, right? And accordingly the output of another type of that second signal conditioning circuit, it goes to high, correct? So that I done at my end, I implemented it. So if possible, without waiting up to the next practical session, I will suggest you also just try to implement it. Okay. So shall I show you that my Proteus files? Yes or no? Whatever the implementation I done at my end, shall I show it?
No, sir.
Okay. I expect maximum students should implement it, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, initially, I will keep the resistance offered by our sensor neither at minimum level nor at maximum. That means I kept it at 50%. That means currently that sensor is providing 5 kilo ohm resistance. Okay. By this 5 kilo ohm resistance, this node voltage, it will be less than the maximum possible. That maximum possible yesterday we determined that was 6 volt. So we can say whenever the resistance will be 5K, it will be less than 6, and in that case no action should be taken by the microcontroller, is it? So by keeping the resistance offered by that sensor at its 50% only, is it visible? I am showing it as a 50%, right? So whenever it will be 50%, and if we run our simulation, you will observe at the output of both signal conditioning circuit there is 0 volts, right? And this 0 volt, where we will be going on to apply it, we will going on to apply it to the microcontroller, is it? So no need to take any action. Our consideration was up to this much. So see, whenever I will going on to increase the resistance offered by that sensor somewhat or towards its maximum. That means the tank will go towards its reservoir condition. So you will observe whenever it will reach to almost 100%, say just at 98%, 98, 99%, then the output of that particular signal conditioning circuit, it goes to logic high, that is plus 5 volts, while the second signal conditioning, it remains 0. Right now, this second one, the second signal conditioning, it is used for the overflow condition, while the first one, this one is shown for reservoir condition. And when reservoir will going to occur, the resistance offered by that sensor will be maximum, and the same I done over here manually, right? I change the resistance of that potentiometer, correct? Similarly, when I will go on to decrease it like this, and we'll go towards the minimum level. Minimum means what? The tank is almost going on to refill completely. Then in that case, you will observe at somewhat minimum level, the second signal conditioning circuit, see here, that second signal conditioning now, it goes to logic high. So what is this indication? This indication will be provided to our microcontroller, so that controller should take the action to turn off that particular water pump, either from that underground tank or the submersible pump. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
from your side also, just try for this one. Okay, this is very interesting one. Already we done all that calculations during our yesterday's session. Okay. Now, already I told I want to make this system somewhat more complex. Somewhat more complex means what? Now just imagine, as shown yesterday, I shown that level sensor which is mounted at the edge or to the wall of that overhead tank, inside wall, so that it can detect the level of water which is available in that tank. Okay, we consider only two levels. Two levels means what? Whenever it will be at reservoir, action should be taken, and whenever it will be at overflow, then again action should get taken, is it? So instead of that, I think yesterday only you might have studied about that pH sensor. Are you heard about TDS of water? Total dissolved solids, TDS. Have you heard?
No, sir.
Sir.
No? Are you using RO filter
Yes.
at your home? So that
Oh.
RO filter, it maintains the TDS of water. Okay. That means whatever the dissolved solids are there, for example, like inorganic salts, like a calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium, bicarbonates, chlorides, sulfates, etc. So these are the contaminants of our actual drinking water. When it gets increased, its quantity gets increased, we can say the conductivity of that water, it gets increased. Okay, by increasing all these solid materials, just I told, by increasing the contents of all these solids, it increases the conductivity of water, right? You might have seen that TDS meter also, right? Now, whenever we dip the TDS meter inside the water, the conduction between that two plates takes place, and that amount of current conduction between the two plates, it will be dependent on, or it depends on the conductivity of water between that two plates. Okay, and the inorganic salts, which just I told, if the amount of these salts is somewhat more, somewhat high, then the conductivity of that particular water is also very high, correct? And when the conductivity is high, that means the TDS of that water is very high. Now, very high TDS water, it is harmful to our human body. Okay. So, I'm thinking about to maintain that TDS also. So, will it be okay as per my thought? So shall we go for maintaining these things?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, as per my literature survey, just today morning I done that somewhat survey related to this TDS. Otherwise, we are maintaining it and we don't know what about what is mean by that TDS and how much it should be. That's why I done that literature survey. So I observed, as per the Bureau of Indian Standard, that is BIS, the upper limit of TDS level for human being, it is 500 ppm, parts per million. Okay. If possible, at your end, you can note down it. According to the Bureau of Indian Standards, that is BIS, the upper limit of TDS level in the drinking water or in the water used by human being, it is said as 500 ppm. Okay. But the level of that TDS, it is recommended by WHO, that is World Health Organization, it is 300 ppm. Okay. By WHO, it is 300 ppm, while by our BIS, that is Bureau of Indian Standards, it is said as 500 ppm. Beyond that, we can say that water is of no use or not useful water, or it is poor quality water, we can say. Okay. Then again, within the literature survey, I found what is mean by excellent water. Excellent water means if the TDS is in between 100 to 300 milligram per liter. Again, if possible, note down these things. Excellent water, or you can also do this literature survey. Just ask to your Google, what about the TDS of drinking water? Okay, you will get all these things. I got from Google only. So excellent water means that TDS, it should lie in between 100 to 300. Below 100, that is also harmful. Okay. So try to maintain that TDS somewhat set minimum level. Then good quality water means if that TDS is in between 300 to 600. Okay. Then fair water means when the TDS of that water will be between 600 to 900 milligram per liter. Okay. And poor water means if the TDS is between 900 to 1200 milligram per liter. And last one, that is unacceptable water, if the TDS is about 1200 milligram per liter. Okay. So this is the generalized literature survey today I done. So by considering all these things, I'm thinking to just try to maintain the TDS of the water which we are using for our domestic purpose, right? Now remember one more thing, the TDS of tube well water or boring, it is somewhat high as compared to the groundwater or the water supply provided by the corporation. Okay. What I said, the TDS of tube well, that is underground water, it is somewhat high as compared to TDS of groundwater or the water supplied from the dam, okay, by the corporation. Okay. Now, as already we consider, there are two water sources for us. One is the underground tank. The source of that underground tank is the corporation water. Okay, that is just we can say groundwater. And the second one, that is tube well. That tube well water means somewhat high TDS water, is it? Last time already I mentioned that point also. First priority we will going on to give to the corporation water, that is under tank water. But if it is not available due to any reason, then we have to go for tube well. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So see how much interesting this assignment is. Huh? What we will do, we'll consider the half level of our overhead tank instead of reservoir. That means above the reservoir and below the overflow. Middle one condition, one more condition we will take. That means when, or we will going on to, okay. So see, when the water level will reach to at the half level of that overhead tank, whatever the discussion 8 we done, it will not going on to detected, correct now? Because the node voltage as per our yesterday's calculation, I think that node voltage was 4 volts, is it? When the resistance offered by the sensor, it will be 5 kilo ohms, that is at its middle position. And we are considering the same level as a half of that tank, okay? So whenever the water level will reach to at its half level, that means the sensor resistance will be half of its maximum, and as per our consideration as a 5 kilo ohms, okay, it should get detected as turn on the pump from the underground tank, okay? Note down at your end, otherwise later on you will get confused. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so note down at your end. See, instead of considering only two levels, that is reservoir and overflow, we will consider one more condition, and that is half level of that tank. Just imagine initially that tank is at overflow condition, okay, and later on due to the discharge or the water use, that water level in the overhead tank, it will going on to decrease, correct? So when it will reach to its half level, that means before reaching to its reservoir, whenever water level will reach to half level, okay, at that time the action should get again taken by our microcontroller, okay. In that overhead tank, we will going on to put one sensor, that is TDS sensor. One more sensor we have to use, that is inside the overhead tank. Just place it at we can say opposite wall of that tank in vertical position to avoid the accumulation of dust and mud and all that things on that sensor. We will going on to mount it at the another wall inside that tank, okay. So we'll just mount that TDS sensor inside the wall of that overhead tank. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now at this stage we'll decide what should be the range of TDS, okay. So up to 500, if the measured value of that TDS is 500, we can say ppm or milligram per liter. If the measured value of that sensor, that is our TDS meter, is 500 ppm, okay, or below the 500 ppm, no need to worry, because that water is acceptable water for our domestic purpose. Is it clear? When the TDS meter, TDS sensor will going on to sense the value of that TDS inside the overhead tank up to 500, above 100 and maximum 500, then no need to worry about the TDS. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now note down the next point. If the measured TDS is below 100, water level is at its half level, overhead tank half level, correct now? At that time we have to note the TDS. Okay. So if second point is what? Next point is what? If the measured TDS is less than 100, then what we have to do? That TDS should get that TDS should get increased, because below 100 it is also not acceptable, right now? It is also harmful to our human body, right? So if the major value of that TDS is below 100, controller have to take some action. Now, according to you, what action that controller should take? Think on it. Which water should get added in that overhead tank so that TDS will get improved? Either from tube well or underground tank. That two are different sources.
Underground.
Underground tank have the source of groundwater having somewhat low TDS, while tube well water have the high TDS. Okay. Now the overhead tank TDS measured is below 100. That means how much should be TDS? It should be above 100, correct? As a useful water. So to increase that TDS, controller have to take the action. Which action that controller will take or should take?
Add water from tube well.
Yes, very simple. Just turn on the pump, that submersible pump which is available in that tube well, and add the water in that overhead tank. Is it clear? And again, already that we are measuring the TDS continuously, we are monitoring it, is it? So before overflow occurs of that overhead tank, remember, that tank will start to get refilled by the tube well pump. But before overflow occurs, if TDS goes to 500 ppm, it will be going to increase now, right now, because we are refilling that remaining half tank from the tube well water. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So we are continuously monitoring the TDS by using our that TDS sensor or TDS meter, which is interfaced to our microcontroller. So when microcontroller will detect the level of that water in terms of its TDS almost 500, but overflow do not occur of that overhead tank, what action that controller should take?
Underground water.
Underground water.
No need, na. See, already water level is above the half, but overflow do not occur. Right? What we done? We just improve the TDS of that available water in that overhead tank. Now that overhead tank TDS water level is improved, the TDS of that water is improved to 500 ppm. The action taken should be turn off the pump from submersible or that submersible pump. Is it okay? Because that overhead tank is not at reservoir level, na? A sufficient water is available now in that overhead tank, which is almost above the half level. So no need to worry about the reservoir level, is it? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, whatever the water is available in that overhead tank, it is with proper TDS and sufficient. We can't say full. Correct. Now, second condition, will continue with the same, that is TDS sense of that overhead tank is suppose 100, we will going on to turn on the submersible pump. Okay. Now that submersible pump is on, that overhead tank is continuously going on refilling, but whenever it will reach to overflow, but yet that TDS not increase to 500. Are you getting it? Two conditions we are considering. Shall I repeat it? Shall I show it on blackboard? Or shall I continue with the same method?
Continue.
Continue, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, first condition, what we just, I will repeat it. Huh? First condition is what? The water level is, just start uh, again. Okay, that water level sense is at half position of that overhead tank. At the same time, the TDS measured is suppose below 100, that is harmful water according to our this literature survey. So to improve it, the action taken by the microcontroller, it should be turn on the submersible pump, as that tube well water have the somewhat high TDS. It will going on to mix with the water which is available on that within that overhead tank almost at its half level. So this high TDS water, it will going on to mix with the low TDS water which is available in that overhead tank. Okay, so tank will start to refill, as well as TDS also will start to increase above 100. Okay, now see, that first condition was what? That TDS will going on to improve towards its maximum set value, that is 500 ppm. That will be our maximum acceptable value. Okay, now tank will start to refill. TDS also will start to increase because we are refilling that tank by the submersible pump, that means by that tube well water having somewhat high TDS. Before overflow occurs of that overhead tank, if TDS reaches to 500 ppm. Is it okay? Before overflow occurs of that overhead tank, if the TDS it reaches to 500 ppm, what action should get taken by the controller? Turn off that submersible pump. Is it? Now the water available in that overhead tank is above its half level. That is a sufficient water. No need to worry at all. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now the second condition we taken, suppose the submersible water, if it don't have a high TDS. Okay. A low TDS will get detected, that is just below 100 by that TDS meter which is placed within that overhead tank. Action taken will be turn on the submersible pump to improve that TDS. Water level in that overhead tank also will start to increase as we turn on the submersible pump, that is from tube well. Water level also will start to increase. TDS also will start to increase above 100. But before acquiring that TDS as a 500 ppm, if the overflow of that overhead tank takes place, the action taken should be again turn off the submersible pump. Is it clear now? Now whatever TDS will be measured, if that overflow occurred and the pump get turned off, the action taken will be that if the TDS measured is, or if that overflow occurred and the action taken is turn off the pump, submersible pump will get turned off. Now how much will be the TDS? Surely it will be greater than 100. Are you agreeing? And less than 500. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No confusion now?
Yes, sir. No confusion.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, so in this way, we will going on to maintain the TDS. Clear? Or in another way also, you can again make it more complex. How? Suppose, again I will repeat, the measured value of TDS is below 100. Initially submersible pump will get turned on. Tank will start to refill. TDS before overflow occurs of that overhead tank, if TDS reaches to 500 ppm, action taken will be turn off this submersible pump, but still that overflow do not occur, na? So immediately you can turn on the underground tank pump, and the remaining tank will get refilled by the underground tank, so that, and again by that underground tank, whenever the overflow will occur, that pump from the underground tank also will get turned off. Anyway, you can consider this third condition or you can neglect it. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next condition I will take. Water level is again at its half level. That is exactly half of that overhead tank. Our water level sensor will be going to offer the resistance as a 5 kilo ohms, and it will be informed to our microcontroller somewhat action is to be get taken. Somewhat action means what? First of all, measure the available TDS, available water TDS in that overhead tank, which is at its half level. Okay. If, remember, if the measured TDS is above 100, okay, first consideration was below 100. Now second consideration, second condition we can say, overhead tank water level is at its half level. Controller will get informed that action is to be get taken now because water level reached to the half level of that tank. So controller will sense the information coming from that TDS meter. First of all, first priority it will give to TDS meter. If that TDS meter is showing the TDS of available water in that overhead tank above 100 and below 500, that means within the range 100 to 500. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
if that controller will sense the available TDS is above 100 and below 500, again the action should get taken. Now according to you, which action that controller should take? There are two
Underground
options.
water.
There are two options. One is underground and another one is tube well.
Underground.
Why underground? Underground tank, na? Tube well water is known as a underground water actually.
Underground tank, no, sir.
Okay. Why? TDS is already above 100, but below 500.
It is excellent water.
What? It is excellent water.
Yes, means in between 100 to 500.
Okay. So see, even if I turn on the submersible pump, okay, because the TDS available is between 100 to 500. For example, suppose that measured value of TDS is 200. And if I turn on the pump from the tube well, that is submersible pump, it will start to refill that overhead tank. Correct? TDS also will start to increase. Whenever it will reach to 500, yes, whenever it will be going to reach to 500, then turn off the submersible pump. Is it? Otherwise, keep it on up to the overflow. That means we will going on to utilize minimum water coming from corporation. As well as we are maintaining the TDS also. And when TDS will get maintained, No need to worry about that tube well water. Are you agreeing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think it is very clear to you how to maintain the TDS. We are not doing the filtration, remember. We are mixing the water. Low TDS water, that is coming from corporation, that is known as a groundwater, stored water in the dam, and second source is tube well. Tube well water, that is underground water, have very high TDS, while groundwater, that is coming from corporation, we are storing it to our underground tank, have the low TDS. And we have to maintain the TDS between 100 to 500, that's all. Whenever, okay, third condition is remaining. If the water level reaches to half of that overhead tank and the measured TDS is above 500, during that condition, the measured TDS is above 500. Now what action should get taken?
Corporation water.
Yes, try to lower down the TDS. And how it will be possible? By mixing the low TDS water in that available high TDS in that overhead tank. Is right? So that underground tank pump, it should get turned on by our controller. But before turning on, you have to check, is there really availability of water, corporation water in that underground tank or not? Right? If water is not available, and still if you are turning on that pump, which is submerged in that underground tank, that pump will get damaged due to no load condition. What is that no load condition and all that? That we already discussed during our starting of this assignment, correct? So see, overhead tank, its water level reach to half level, sensor will going on to notify our controller the action should get taken. Controller will take the information from TDS meter. If that TDS meter is showing the TDS of currently available water in that overhead tank above 500, that controller have to take the action to turn on the pump from that underground tank. Correct? But before directly turning on that underground tank pump, that controller have to check, is there water available in that underground tank or not, which comes from corporation. Is it? If it is not there, for example, suppose if that water is not available in the underground tank, our controller should keep that pump in off condition or maintain its status, that is in off state. Correct? We are continuously using that water which is available in that overhead tank having somewhat more TDS, above 500. The action taken should be, it should get mixed with by corporation water, but that water is not available. Controller will going on to keep that pump off. It will not going on to turn on it. But continuously there is use of that overhead tank water. Is it? And whenever it will going on to reach to its reservoir, overhead tank water now goes to reservoir level. Then what? Again, action should get taken. First priority will be given to the low TDS water, because already the available water in that overhead tank have a very high TDS, that is above 500. And that's why the first priority will be given to the underground tank. Yes or no? Because that controller knows the low TDS water is available in that underground tank. but still it is not available. An overhead tank reaches to its reservoir. Now the no option. Anyhow, that controller have to turn on the pump from tube well. Even if water available in that overhead tank is at high TDS. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now continue with this last condition. See, water is not available in the underground tank. Similarly, the water available in the overhead tank is at its reservoir level with high TDS. Action taken should be turn on the submersible pump, but we will not going on to wait till that overhead tank will get overflow, because the available water in that overhead tank is already with high TDS and we are refilling it with high TDS, that is from tube well. So when that water level will reach to its half level, half tank, that overhead tank, TDS is already high, right now. Submersible pump should get turned off. Now use that much water only. We will wait for low TDS water. In next day, if that low TDS water gets available, controller will continuously monitor all these things, and in next day controller will take the action to turn on the pump from underground tank, because in next day that water is available from the corporation, and we'll going on to refill that overhead tank. We're going on to decrease the TDS of the overhead tank by refilling with low TDS water. I think it is now very clear. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So at your end, note down all these things step by step. Okay. So while doing whenever we will do the design part according to all these conditions, you have to answer me. Condition was what? First condition was what? Second condition was what? Etc. Okay. So note down at your end, and one more homework to you. Just check the what is that TDS meter and what is its output. How we can interface that TDS meter to our microcontroller, because currently whatever TDS meters are available, its output, it is displayed right now. Display is there, which shows directly the TDS whenever we dip that TDS meter inside the water. Correct? So we do not want that display. What we want, we have to inform the microcontroller in its language. So how it should get informed, or how that microcontroller will go on to sense the value came from that TDS meter as a low TDS, acceptable TDS, not acceptable TDS, etc. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hope so you all will going on to find out the answer for the given task up to the next lecture. Okay, so our time is also over, so we'll stop and we'll meet during the next lecture. By considering all these our today's considerations, we will start the design part. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.